Okay. So in this case, what they're saying, so when sodium combines with chlorine or when calcium combines with the chlorine, in both the cases, what happens? The ratio in which they are going to combine or the ratio in which they are going to do the combination is going to be equal to, or that ratio is going to be equivalent mass. So they do so in the ratio of their equivalent mass. You can see that. So in the equivalent mass ratio only they are going to combine. The chemicals are going to combine in the ratio of their equivalent masses. So this is what this example gives. Okay, so whenever the chemicals combine, they do so in the ratio of their equivalent mass. Okay, so 35.5 idre adu eshtu jote combine agbodu. It can combine with the 20 grams of calcium. If I have 25 grams of calcium, then 5 grams of calcium will not be combining with any other, with the Cl. Okay, if I have 23 gram of sodium, then it will combine with 35.5. There is complete combination. So whole of 35.5 is going to react with the 23 gram of sodium there. Okay, so that is what the how the chemicals are going to combine here. So equivalent mass irutte adashtu jotege complete agi combine ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರಿಯೇಜೆಂಟ್ ಹಾಗೆ ಅನ್ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಉಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ದೇ ರಿಮೇನ್ ಇನ್ ಅನ್ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್. Is that clear? ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗಿದ್ದೀನಾ? Okay, I'll clear this. Okay. So next we'll move on to STP conditions. So what is this STP? So STP is nothing but standard temperature and pressure. So this is very important. STP conditions anta ಕೆಲವೊಂದ್ಸತಿ will observe in the some reactions at STP conditions. So STP means standard temperature and pressure. So for some or not for some, for all the reactions we have some different conditions. So like some reactions take place at higher, some reaction takes place at lower temperatures or higher pressure and lower pressure, such kind of things. And there are some reactions which takes place at STP conditions. So STP condition andaga, so here the standard temperature what we have set. So as a temperature standard adu. So all over world where ಎಲ್ಲೇ ಹೋದ್ರು ನಮಗೆ ಈ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಇದು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. So STP temperature standard temperature ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ it is going to be 273 Kelvin, or you can take it as 0 degree Celsius. 273 Kelvin ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ 0 degree Celsius. So that is the standard temperature you need to remember going forward. So in ಮುಂದೆ ಅದನ್ನೇ ನೆನಪಿರಬೇಕು. Standard STP condition ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ should be knowing what the temperature, what temperature the reaction will start or reaction may proceed. Similarly, pressure. So pressure is going to be 101.3 kilopascal. You can call it as 1 atm pressure. So here I am changing the unit, that's it. So pressure units are defined in different terms. So kilopascal and atmospheric unit, atm. Okay, so 101.3 kilopascal anta baradru correct irutte athwa 1 atm anta baradru correct irutte. So there is the standard pressure. So this is the thing what we need to remember: standard temperature and pressure. So that is called as the STP conditions. Is that clear?
Super.
Let's clear this. So then next we have basicity. Basicity and acidity will have. Okay. So what is basicity? How we can define basicity? So basicity is nothing but number of replaceable hydrogen atoms. So basicity is defined as the number of replaceable hydrogen atoms. From where we are going to replace? From acid, from a molecule of acid, which is known as basicity of that acid. Okay, so number of replaceable hydrogen atom which is present in a molecule of acid, which is called basicity of the acid. So in the now basicity of the acid and the correct. So the statement is very clear: number of replaceable hydrogens. So what do you mean by this term replaceable hydrogen? What does it mean? So let me take an example of HCl. You know, this is an acid. Now H2SO4 is an acid. HNO3 is an acid. Okay. So in these cases, you all can see that there is a hydrogen present. So what do you mean by replaceable hydrogen? What it means, replaceable hydrogen? So replaceable hydrogen is nothing but the number of hydrogen atoms, the total number of hydrogen atoms which is attached to most electronegative atom, most electronegative molecule. So HO atom attached to electronegative molecule. H atom attached to electronegative molecule. So you know what? Fluorine is an electronegative, sulfur is an electronegative. So structure bardre acid hydrogen oxygen attach ಆಗುತ್ತೆ actually. And H2SO4 structure ಏನಾದ್ರು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So I write the structure of H2SO4. So you can observe there the H is attached to the oxygen, not to the sulfur. You can see that. Okay. So H2SO4 structure ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಲ್ಫರ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂತದ್ದು oxygen, where oxygen is more electronegative than sulfur. Sorry, yeah. So hydrogen is more electronegative than sulfur. So there the hydrogen is attached to oxygen. Here the hydrogen attached to Cl, no doubt. And again, when it comes to the structure of HNO3, so in that case as well, the hydrogen is going to be attached to the oxygen. Okay. So then more electronegative atom ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. Okay, so that is all going to be more electronegative atom. So ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂತ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. going to replace that by anything. Okay, so if I see here, in the case of HCl, in the case of HCl, how many hydrogen you can replace?
1.
Yes. So therefore, the basicity of HCl acid is how much? That is equal to 1. Similarly, basicity in the case of H2SO4 is
2.
yes, exactly. And you know how much that is in the case of HNO. Okay, so that is how you are going to identify basicity. The reverse of this is going to be acidity. Instead of replaceable hydrogen, you are going to write it as a replaceable hydroxyl, that is OH. Replaceable OH ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂತ NaOH ತಗೋಬಹುದು, KOH ತಗೋಬಹುದು, CaOH ವೈಸ್ ತಗೋಬಹುದು. So these all gives 1 OH, 2 OH, 1, and here also it is 2. So that is acidity. Here also acidity. Here is acidity is 2. So that is acidity. So ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಬೇಸಿಸಿಟಿಗೂ ಅಸಿಡಿಟಿ. ಬೇಸಿಸಿಟಿಲಿ ಆಸಿಡ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು, ಆಸಿಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಪ್ಲೇಸಬಲ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ಅಸಿಡಿಟಿಲಿ ಬೇಸ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು, ಬೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಪ್ಲೇಸಬಲ್ OH ತಗೋಬೇಕು. This is what the basicity and acidity. Is that clear to you all? Is that clear to you all?
Sir, what is acidity?
So that's what I told. Acidity not in the terms of biology. What is acidity? Is a biology. In the case of chemistry, acidity is nothing but replaceable hydroxyl. That is OH. That is acidity. ಎಷ್ಟು OH ಆಟಮ್ಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ರೀಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಈಗ ನೀವು ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ರೀಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಬೇಸಿಸಿಟಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದರ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಯಾವುದು? ಅಸಿಡಿಟಿ. ಸೊ ಅಸಿಡಿಟಿಗೆ ಬೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತಹ OH ಗಳನ್ನ ರೀಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನೋಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ನೋಡಿ, NaOH, KOH, COH, ಸೊ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇಸ್ಗಳು. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಬೇಸ್, how much OH can be replaced? There is only one in the case of sodium, in the case of potassium hydroxide. But in the case of calcium hydroxide, you can absorb 2 there. Right? Got it?
Yes, sir.
So ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಫಾರ್ ಅಸಿಡಿಟಿ. ನಾಟ್ ರಿಟನ್ ದಟ್ ಸಪರೇಟ್ಲಿ ಸೈಡ್ ಹೆಡ್ಲೈನ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರೋದು, ಅದನ್ನ ಪುನಃ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. So the opposite acidity basicity opposite hydrogen ತೆಗೆದು OH ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. That is easily understandable. Okay. So I'll clear this now. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay. So let's find out basicity in the case of H3PO4 and in the case of H3PO3. How much here?
3.
Okay. How much here?
3.
Is that clear? Hmm? Does anyone have doubt in this?
Why we need to replace hydrogen atoms, Anna?
For chemical reactions, for example, you have HCl, okay, here. For some reactions, you need H plus ion. So at this case, when you are going to ionize that one, you will take the H plus ion for the reaction. So that this H plus ion may combine with some of the electronegative element and they may stabilize that one. For that reason, you will be required of this H plus, that is we call it as a proton. So that proton may be required from some reactions or some chemical compounds to attain the stability. So at that cases, we introduce these protons. And we do have some reactions which we call it as the acid catalyzed reactions. So in that reactions, we involve H plus ion. We will be taking out H plus ion out of acids. To such kind of reactions, we need this H plus. Clear?
Yes, Anna.
Anna, can we consider basicity as the valency of electronegative elements?
Okay. Basicity as a valency of electronegative element. How those two can have a relationship?
ಐತರತ್ಗೆ ಕೂರಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಬಾರಿ ಅಡ್ಚ
Can you repeat that? Basicity as a valency of electronegative.
Yes, basicity as the valency of electronegative elements.
Okay, so where you have come across that one?
Now, while we see these examples,
Okay.
the valency of PO4 is 3, so the basicity of that compound will be 3.
Yeah. Okay. I'll come to that. Okay. Absolutely, what you told was very right, but here we need to make correction. So what we have told, then according to you, what will be the basicity here in the case of H3PO3? Okay, so I got it what you told. So you mean to say it is PO4 3 minus in this case. So this 3 minus can be basicity. Therefore, what should be in this case? Is it going to be same?
No.
What it will be here?
2.
2. Okay. So let me come to this one. So here, how much it will be at this position?
Is it -2?
It cannot be -2, right? Because how much hydrogen I have here?
3.
3.
So if I put -2 here, is it possible for my 3H plus to combine here?
No.
No, sir.
No. So then what I can be doing for that? So I put PO3 3 minus. So this is going to be PO3 3 minus only, right? Then I can take 3 of H plus. So this will be H3PO3. Is that possible?
Yes, Anna.
Okay. So I'll write the structure of this H3PO3. So we'll have a look on that structure. Okay. So what according to you should be basicity? Whether the basicity should be equal to 3 or the basicity should be equal to 2. In the case of this I'm asking, in the case of H3PO3. Which one is right according to you people?
3.
Okay.
Sir, 3.
Okay. Anyone who's there who can say that 2 is also possible. Or it's not 3, it's 2, 1 or error. Okay. Now we'll come back to the definition of basicity. Okay. So in that definition, I told replaceable hydrogen atom. When we are saying that hydrogen as a replaceable,
When other element or compound combines with it.
yes. So now look into the structure of this one and tell me how many are following that criteria of replaceable hydrogen atom. Is there 3 hydrogen atoms also attached to the electronegative atom? So ಮೂರು ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಏನಿದೆ H3PO3 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆ H3PO3 ಇರುವ ಮೂರು ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಆಟಮ್ ಅಥವಾ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಗೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ?
Yes.
Okay. So here we can observe highly electronegative ಇರುವಂತದ್ದು ನಮಗೆ oxygen. First comes is chlorine, then comes is oxygen, then chlorine, then those elements which is present in the chlorine family. After that, all we have a nitrogen and sulfur. Okay, so phosphorus comes very after power. Andre idrud electronegativity galu tumba kammi compared to these three elements. These three elements are more electronegative. So when hydrogen attached to the phosphorus, it is not an electronegative element. Andre ashtu strength illa idike electronegative element. So electronegativity andre gottidya? What do you mean by electronegativity first of all?
The tendency of element to gain atoms.
Yes, it has to pull the electron towards itself, right? So there is no tendency for phosphorus to pull the electrons from the hydrogen. It has no more tendency. Rather than compared to that of oxygen, it has very poor tendency. So I can say that only this and this has combined with an electronegative atom. So my basicity is going to be equal to 2 and not 3. Is that clear? Are you getting what I'm saying? So here the basicity is equal to 2 and not equal to 3. Why? Because you can observe. Here you can observe in the case of H3PO4, all these hydrogen are attached to the oxygen. It's a more electronegative. So obviously the basicity is 3 because they are replaceable hydrogen. But in the case of H3PO3, you can take, in the case of H3PO3, you can observe only 2 hydrogens are attached to the electronegative. And not to the phosphorus. Phosphorus is not more electronegative. Phosphorus is a non-metal, but ಅದು ತುಂಬಾ electronegative ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. There is poor electronegative. ಅದು tendency ಇಲ್ಲವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಬಿಡಿ pull ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ electron. It shows a tendency to share ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So ಅದು basicity ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ 2 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋದು? Are you able to understand what I am saying?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this thing applies only in the case of phosphorus. Remember, only when you have phosphorus oxyacids. Only on that cases there is an exception. Phosphorus ge exception ಇದೆ. So ಯಾವಾಗ phosphorus ಇರುತ್ತೆ, so ಆ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ we observe this. Okay, this exception. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು ನಾವು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ವೇ ಅಲ್ಲಿ? ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಬರೀಬೇಕಾ? I don't know how to write a structure for each and every phosphorus group ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. And I'll be having confusion that whether it is going to be 3 minus or whether it's going to be 2 minus. In that particular case, what you can do, you just observe the oxygen atom, how much it has. How much oxygen atom it has?
4.
4,
You subtract 1 from them. What is the basicity you got?
3,
Yes. Do the same thing here in the case of H3PO3. Now getting the basicity is equal to 2.
yes, Anna.
That's it. So this is applicable only when you have what?
Phosphorus oxyacid.
Yes, absolutely. So there will be oxoacids of carbon. There will be oxoacids of nitrogen. There will be oxoacids of phosphorus. Also sulfur. Also halogen. So ಎಲ್ಲದರದನ್ನು phosphorus oxide acids ಇದಾವೆ. That we will be going to study these things in the next year. That's in the second year. Second year ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಇದೆಲ್ಲದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ oxide acids ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕಲಿತೀವಿ. Okay, in that only one exception is for phosphorus. So phosphorus ಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಇದೆಯೋ ಅದರಿಂದ ಒಂದನ್ನ ಮೈನಸ್. Number of oxygen -1 will give you the basicity only for the case of phosphorus. Remember, only for phosphorus. ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೂ ಅಲ್ಲ. Is that clear now?
Yes, Anna.
Yes, Anna.
So this is about acidity and basicity. The acidity you don't have much more problems like this. You'll be directly having replaceable OH, so nothing to worry much about that. Wherever you go, it will be asked only to calculate the basicity more, not for the acidity. So let us check in the case of HPO2. So it's very clear, right? H3PO5. So ಎರಡು ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದಾ basicity? One here and here.
4.
How much? Is going to be 4.
4.
So ಇಲ್ಲಿ actually ಇದು ಪರಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ this will not be equal to 4. This will be equal to 3. I'll explain this later classes. Okay. Paroxo ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Paroxo. So paroxo cases ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ it will be having this one, oxygen double bond. So oxygen double bond ಬಂದಾಗ ಇದೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ O will be equal to 4. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಜೊತೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ ಪರಾಕ್ಸೋ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆದಂಗೆ ಲೆಕ್ಕ. ಒಂದು ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಇಸ್ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್, ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಪರಾಕ್ಸೋ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಪರ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟಾಯ್ತದು 4. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್ 4 - 1 ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ?
3.
So there are some different cases, but aduna now innu in depth agi will be studying that in the next year, but just you can have an idea in this year on. Okay. So that's about acidity and basicity. So next we'll move on to molar volume. Molar volume. So I can define this molar volume only for gases. So this molar volume can be defined only for gases and not really other. What do you mean by molar volume? So molar volume is nothing but it is defined as the the volume occupied, the volume occupied by 1 mole of gas. Volume occupied by 1 mole of gas. How much volume it can obtain? So how much volume it can cover andre. So volume unit enadru gottide nimge yav unit alli measure marthivi volume na? What is the SI unit for that?
Meter cube unit.
Alva, meter cube, right? Okay. So here what we are going to do, we are going to convert that meter cube into centimeter cube. So therefore, how much volume, 1 mole of gas, ಎಷ್ಟು ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ನ ಫುಲ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ನ ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಮೋಲಾರ್ ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ at STP. STP, you know what is now? Is going to be equal to 20 to 4000 cm cube. Okay, so I can write it as 22.4 liter antanu baribodu. Is that clear? Molar volume andre, if they ask what is molar volume? Volume occupied by 1 mole of any gases. Any gas it can. It's not for particular gas. Any gas you take, if that gas is occupying 22,400 cm cube of the space, then that is said to be molar one. And the condition should be what? What should be the condition? Condition ಏನು ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೀನಲ್ಲ condition ಅಲ್ಲಿ.
Only for gases.
No, another one condition. It was very important.
22,000.
Volume occupied by
At STP. This is important. STP condition alli matra 22,400 cm cube na occupy ಮಾಡೋದು. If you are going to vary the temperature, if you are going to vary the pressure, the quantity is going to vary. The value is going to vary. 1 atm ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ಜಾಗನ ಆಕ್ಯುಪೈ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ನೀವು ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ನ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ನ ಕಂಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹೌದಾ? ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ರೈಟ್? Is it right or wrong? If you don't have an idea of volume and pressure, hopefully you are going to study that in this year. Okay, so in the first day chapters, we'll be going to discuss some laws on that. So there will be explaining that. But, so is that clear now? Molar
Yes,
volume
sir.
andre is the definition. Remember this thing. Okay. So then, what it means? 1 mole of gas andre ಎಷ್ಟು? How much is 1 mole? Have you came across in your lower classes? ಬಂದು ಓದಿರ್ತೀರಲ್ವಾ ಮೋಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ?
6.6 into 10 to the power of minus 27.
You started with only one digit as the right one.
6.03.
6.022 into 10 to the power 23.
Yes.
Molecule.
So this is going to be equal to always 6.022 or 23 into 10 raised to 23 or minus 23.
Minus
23.
23.
No.
Plus 23.
Okay. So ಈ number ನ ಯಾರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ನಮಗೆ? Who's the scientist?
Avogadro.
Yes. Amedeo Carlo Avogadro. So he was the scientist who gave this number. It is known as Avogadro's constant or Avogadro's number, that is 6.02 into 10 to the power of 23. ನೀವು ಒಂದನ್ನ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಟ್ಕೋಬಹುದು ಥ್ರೂಔಟ್ ಯುವರ್ 2 years. ಅದು ಫುಲ್ ಥ್ರೂಔಟ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಒಂದನ್ನ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಡಬಹುದು. Either you can take it as 6.023 into 10 raised to 23. That's also right. Or you can keep it as 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. So ಎರಡರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದು ಬರೋದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. But when we are stopping for 3 decimals, 4 decimals ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ 2, 3, 2, 2 ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. But doesn't matters. But ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಟ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. So I will be keeping 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 as Avogadro's constant. No problem if you take 2, 3. No problem if you take 2. Okay. So that is what 1 mole is equal to. So it can be anything. So I'll come to that later. Okay. So what did Avogadro did? So Avogadro, to determine number of carbon atoms which is present in exactly in 12 gram of pure C12. So Avogadro ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ? To determine number of carbon atoms in exactly 12 gram of carbon 12 isotope. So 12 gram of carbon 12 isotope ಅಲ್ಲಿ number of carbon atoms ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಡಿಟರ್ಮೈನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ he kept this number. Okay. So now I can define mole as, the mole is nothing but any substance or a substance which contains Avogadro number of entities. Avogadro number of entities. A substance which contains Avogadro number of entities is known as mole. ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಮೋಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರೂ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಆ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ Avogadro number of entities ಇದೆ. If it has Avogadro number of entities ಅಂದ್ರೆ so that is going to be a mole. ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ ಮೋಲ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಮೋಲ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಹೈಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಲೋವರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲನೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ? ಎನಿವನ್? Silence is the best answer. Okay. Okay then, so I'll stop at this point and I'll continue the mole concept, or about the mole we'll start studying in the next class. We'll see what is mole, what are the things comes under mole. But the more of mole concept is going to be present in your first year concept. But here I'll be briefly saying what is mole. That's it. Okay, and the problems on that, all other stuffs we'll be doing in the regular classes when it starts. Am I clear to you all?
Yes, Anna.
Okay then. So then thank you all. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Anna.